Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us here on KREM 2 News at 11. I'm Jen York. Now, we do want to get right to weather this evening. 26 degrees right now, and looking at the possibility of snow as we head into tomorrow. Michelle Boss joining us now in the Weather Center. Michelle, what are we looking at?
Well, it's cold everywhere. Everybody's seeing below freezing temperatures. And yeah, we'll probably be waking up to a little bit of snow tomorrow, kind of depending on how early you want to get up. But here's a look at temperatures across the region. 26 in Spokane and Deer Park, 24 in Coeur d'Alene, and temperatures well below freezing from Omak down into Moses Lake. Across the Palouse, temperatures in the 20s. Lewiston, one of the warmer spots, sitting right at freezing. Satellite and radar showing seeing a little bit of light snow generally to the south of I-90 right now, but kind of pushing in our direction. We'll see a little bit of light snow tomorrow morning, but some heavier snow possible where these winter weather advisories are in effect across the Blues Mountains, 5 to 8 inches above 4,500 feet, and then snow with the potential mixture of a little bit of freezing rain possible across portions of the southern Idaho Panhandle into northwest Montana. Snowfall estimates for the inland northwest look like this through tomorrow: 1 to 2 inches of light fluffy snow. Of course, you won't see all of that first thing tomorrow morning, but it'll be snowing through the morning and the evening commute before things dry out tomorrow evening. Temperature-wise, we will stay below freezing all day, so those untreated roads might be slick during the day tomorrow. High of 31 tomorrow. Dry but chilly on Friday, starting at 17 degrees. And then some slightly warmer weather moves in for Saturday. Could bring a mixture of rain and snow.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Well, tonight a deadline is looming for demonstrators in Spokane. They're calling for more shelter space in the city by camping out at City Hall. But as Inslee tells us, it will look much different come tomorrow morning.
People have been protesting the city of Spokane's available shelter space by camping in tents outside of City Hall since last Thursday. But tomorrow morning, a week after the protest started, is the city's deadline for them to have their belongings off the property.
9:54 tomorrow morning marks the deadline for those protesting outside of Spokane City Hall in tents to get their belongings off the property. This comes after Spokane code enforcement issued a 48-hour notice to vacate. According to city spokesperson Brian Coddington, the notice to vacate came amid health concerns.
The communication that's been made with those who are out front is related to growing health and safety concerns and considerations, both for sanitation and garbage issues, but also for the communicable diseases, so COVID, but other communicable diseases.
Code enforcement will throw out any garbage left behind, and anyone leaving personal belongings after the deadline could have code enforcement store their property. Coddington says those with property being held by code enforcement will be able to retrieve it for free. The purpose of the protest is to bring awareness to the city's available shelter space. Coddington says the city has added beds through additional shelter space as well as renting out hotel rooms, but those protesting contend it's not enough. According to Coddington, they can still protest outside City Hall after tomorrow morning's deadline, but they won't be able to have their belongings such as tents on the property. They also will have to make plans for where they will be staying.
I'm moving with Jules to a new location right now, and most of them are staying, certain ones are staying behind to finish the protest here, and so we're going to move to a different location to do another one there.
According to Coddington, there were 104 total beds available today, with 92 of those being low barrier beds and 36 being for young adults. 20 were available for households or women with children. 39 were low barrier beds for men, while there were no low barrier beds for women without children. Coddington also says there's more bed space in the works.
Mayor Woodward had proposed a new low barrier shelter outside of the downtown core, and in that budget was funding for that, and the council did approve that as part of the budget on Monday. So that is something that's coming to us in the next year.
A similar protest with people setting up tents outside City Hall happened in December 2018. Police and city crews cleared that protest after a similar vacate order, and 2 people were arrested for obstructing a law enforcement officer after refusing to follow orders. In Spokane, Inslee, KREM 2 News.
Well, as you heard briefly there, leaders do plan to move that demonstration to Coeur d'Alene Park in Browns Addition. We want to take a look at video from 2020 where a similar occurrence happened. A representative from Jules Helping Hands based the move on its proximity to downtown Spokane and access to bathrooms and water. Now, they were also concerned city crews would confiscate shelter and extra gear from demonstrators tomorrow before it snows. Well, tonight there is a move statewide to address the homeless crisis. Governor Jay Inslee is proposing hundreds of millions of dollars to address the issue. Now, in that proposal, it includes $800 million in the next legislative session dedicated to a variety of services. And those include mental health services, tiny home villages, and purchasing more hotel space.
This is not just about the homeless, it's about people whose rents are going through the roof and will soon be homeless because the rents are going through the roof. The rents are going through the roof because we don't have enough houses for people who are moving to the state of Washington, and so rents are skyrocketing.
As of January 2020, approximately 23,000 people in Washington were experiencing homelessness. The governor's office reports as of October this year, more than 80,000 Washington households were at risk of eviction or foreclosure. University of Washington researchers identified more than 50 likely Omicron COVID-19 cases in the state. So far, most of those are in Western Washington. But today we did ask the Spokane County health officer what is being done here in Eastern Washington to track those cases.
We're focusing on any case that may be related to an activity such as international travel that could pose a risk. So we're vigilant. And we're keeping track of that. All of our providers are aware of this. All of our providers are aware of watching out for the clinical symptoms that are a little bit different.
Researchers say the Omicron variant is spreading at an alarming rate. In 3 days, the variant doubled in cases and is now up to 13%. Doctors say the vaccine or booster is still your best protection against the new variant. On the west side tonight, there is an update in the disappearance of a 5-year-old girl. Detectives believe Oakley Carlson was last seen alive in February, but she was only reported missing last month.
At this point, she was last in the care of her parents, and unfortunately, the reality that she's going to be recovered and safe and sound is becoming smaller and smaller.
Now, authorities did arrest Oakley's parents on abandonment charges. They are also accused of failing to provide medicine to another one of their children. Tonight, a construction company is apologizing after a worker flew a derogatory flag at the site of the new Moses Lake High School. Witnesses say the flag was against President Joe Biden. Company leaders called the flag unwarranted and say the person responsible is an isolated subcontractor. The Moses Lake School District leaders released a statement saying it does not condone harassing language of any kind. Well, demolition began today for a beloved Spokane landmark. Crews began work on tearing down the White Elephant building. That store closed last year after 74 years in business. This is on Division there, or coming down, I should say rather. Ruby, the White Elephant grew to become a Spokane institution. It was known for stocking everything from toys to camping gear at an affordable price. A new Panda Express location will be built in its place. Well, today, MultiCare hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the expansion of its South Hill clinic. The ceremony took place at noon at the Quail Run location. That facility is now more than 18,000 square feet and has an additional 15 patient exam rooms.
We're seeing two things. One is population growth. We anticipate about 5% population growth in the South Hill over the next 5 years. We also know there is some aging in Spokane as well, and as people get older, they have a need for more health care, and we really believe in the importance of primary care.
Well, the clinic will also offer family medicine, including pediatrics and OB/GYN care. All right, well, we are getting down to crunch time now to get those holiday packages in the mail. Nicole Hernandez breaks down the upcoming shipping deadlines.
You might be able to hear all the noises behind me right now. We are in the mail processing plant here at USPS, and first off, I want to show you just how many boxes of ready-to-go packages, and these boxes are huge. They're getting taken away on forklifts and taken to their places to be shipped off. Of course, this plant runs 24/7 to get all of your holiday packages ready to go under the tree. But if you haven't shipped that package yet, make sure you do that by today if you're just doing general shipping through USPS. So the deadline specifically for USPS retail ground shipping is today. The deadline for first class package shipping is on Friday. The priority mail deadline is on Saturday. And the deadline for priority mail express shipping is on December 23rd. Now, what about sending packages through FedEx? If you're sending through FedEx, the deadline for ground and home delivery is again today, December 15th. Packages via FedEx Express Saver should be sent by December 21st. For 2-day, the deadline is December 22nd and overnight December 23rd. Lastly, FedEx same-day packages could still make it in time, but you have to send them Christmas Eve by December 24th. And for those packages being shipped through UPS, check the company's website for quotes on ground shipping for when you can expect your packages to arrive. The deadline for packages flying second-day air services is December 22nd, and next-day air services is December 23rd. Now keep in mind, even if you are shipping your packages by the correct deadlines, we are still having ongoing supply chain issues. So make sure you're patient with your packages and when they're arriving, of course. But USPS specifically did hire 40,000 seasonal employees to help get your packages under the tree in time. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
And can we just say thank you to everyone who's making sure to get those packages where they need to go? It's a lot of work. All right, coming up, an elementary school student is back in the class with the help of her sidekick. Check it out, how her robot is helping her plug back into 4th grade. And later, newly released government documents outline new details about the JFK assassination. That's still to come here on KREM 2 News at 11.